Hi guys, it's Miss Bryant. Today we're going to be finding and organizing the evidence within our text to help us with our final projects. Either you're going to, make a poster, Google Slides, or a writing prompt, whatever you decide to do. This is going to help you look for that evidence to complete that final project of yours. So our first step is to collect and organize related informations from the text. And our prompt, if we can remember, is why is it important to wash our hands? This is our fake prompt that the teachers are using to kind of model what it is we're expecting. So for this instance, we're going to see why it's important to wash our hands. So our evidence should provide details related to the writing prompt, which is up here. And don't look at this, growing your own food, washing your own hands. And as you select your evidence, think about the similarities in evidence. Think, how does this evidence lead us to our main idea? So our main idea would be washing hands are very important for your health, right? So consider what the author wanted you, the reader, to understand about washing our hands, and then we're going to sort our evidence into this table. We have two texts today that we are going to be looking at: stopping the spread of germs and how to wash your hands properly. And so we are going to take a look at the text and we are going to fill in that based on what we learned. Okay, so how to wash your hands properly, and we're trying to see why it's important for us to do this. Okay. Bacteria are tiny organisms. They are too small to see with your eyes. You need a microscope to view them. They live all around us, including in our bodies and on our skin. Most bacteria are harmless, but some can make you sick. These are ones we want to remove. So I see a lot of this isn't too important, but I do like this point right here. Most bacteria are harmless, but some can make you sick, okay? So that's important because it kind of gives us a background on why we need to wash our hands. These are ones we want us to remove. We have that power word. Washing your hands helps you get rid of bacteria. We need to highlight that. It's kind of like our main idea of this article. It is important to wash your hands after using the bathroom. You should also wash your hands before cooking or eating. There are a lot of germs on public transportation. Washing your hands after riding on trains or buses. If you are sick, wash your hands after you cough or sneeze. This will stop you from making other people sick. So if you wash your hands, it can help you stop from making other people sick. Something I want to include in my chart. Try not to cough or sneeze into your hands. If you do by accident, wash your hands right away. Steps to washing your hands. Okay, so looking at this title, I know it might not relate to my main idea, but I'm going to read it anyway just to see if there's any points on why washing our hands is good for our health. But let's see. To wash your hands, you need soap and running water. A bowl of water will also work. Get your hands wet before using soap. First, rub your palms together. Then interlink your fingers and rub them together. Next, place the fingertips on one hand in the palm of the other and rub. Now do the same to the other hand. Rubbing the hands together creates friction. This removes bacteria. It also creates foam. Within that foam is the bacteria you have removed. It is ready to be washed away. Once you have rubbed all the surfaces together, rinse your hands and dry them. Don't forget in between the fingers. If you are in public, try not to touch the garbage can or doorknob with your clean fingers. Change hand towels twice a week at home. You should change them more often if someone in your house is sick. Okay, and so there was one sentence in here that kind of gave me an idea of how it's important because it gets rid of the bacteria, but that is something that I saw up here in our text above. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these these evidences and I'm going to put them within my chart. How to wash your hands properly. So I'm going to put this in my own words. Some bacteria can make you sick. And that kind of goes with my prompt, and that does go with my prompt, the importance of washing hands. I do not want to get sick from the bacteria. The other evidence that I had is washing hands helps you get rid of bacteria. So that was important because if you wash your hands, it gets rid of those bad germs. Okay. Now I'm going to look at my third point. We also want to wash our hands because it's going to stop other people from making us sick. So I'm going to put stops you from making other people sick. So these are my 3 points that these pieces of evidence that are going to probably go into my writing later on. And so that all relates to the idea of the importance of washing our hands. Bacteria makes you sick. It helps get rid of the bacteria and it stops you from making other people sick. So we're going to look at our second article because we want to have evidence from multiple sources. So we're going to read Stopping the Spread of Germs, Wash Your Hands. Okay. We're going to look for that evidence to support the importance of washing your hands. Sometimes many people get sick all at the same time. This is called an outbreak. Illness or disease is passed from person to person, kind of like what we're going through now. Contagion is how it is moved to different people. It could be by being sneezed on. It can also happen through the skin. There are ways to prevent and manage such disasters. The best way to make sure people do not get sick are those without medicines. You probably already know about some of them if you have had a cold. Keep your germs to yourself. Simple things as staying home when you are sick. Now that's really important. You do want to stay home when you're sick, but does that relate to washing our hands? No. It keeps germs and bacteria away from other people. Wash your hands regularly. Keeping your hands clean keeps germs away from things everyone touches. Things like doorknobs or keyboards. So yeah, that relates to why it's important to wash our hands. We're going to highlight that. If you sneeze or cough, cover your mouth with a tissue or turn your face to the inside of your elbow, staying away from others. Sometimes a person might go close to someone who is sick, but then they do not show symptoms. The person might be separated from others, but just until it is clear that they are no longer sick. This is called quarantine. It helps keep people safe. These are all good reasons, but it doesn't show us the importance of washing our hands. Isolation is when a sick person is separated from those who are not sick. They cannot go anywhere or do anything. This is different from quarantine. In quarantine, we do not know yet if the person is sick. Keeping people safe and healthy. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is a government group. It is known as the CDC. It helps keep the country safe and healthy. The CDC can isolate or quarantine people. This helps healthy people stay safe. So as you can see, we don't see a lot of things that relates to washing our hands. So I'm going to skim this, and I don't see anything about washing hands. So really, we only had one piece of evidence, and we are going to add that to our table. And it really is the same thing that was in how to wash your hands properly. So when we write our essays later on, we might not say the same things twice. So we might just combine some of our evidences together. But that is how you look for important details within the text that relate to your prompt when you're about to write or you're reading for a purpose. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.